When the CPU requests data from memory, the data byte is retrieved along with the parity bit that was generated. When the byte of information was stored in memory. The system looks at the data byte and calculates whether the parity bit stored in memory should be set to 1 or 0. It then compares the answer it has just generated with the value of the parity bit stored in memory. If the two match, the integrity of the information in memory is considered okay. The parity bit is stripped from the data byte and the data is delivered to the CPU. If the two differ, you have a parity error, meaning that there is a problem with the integrity of the data stored in memory. So whenever the CPU tries to go to the memory and get the memory that's stored, it's going to pull up this byte of memory that it requested, and the CPU knows that this should be a 1 or it should be a 0. And so when it pulls it up, if it's not what it's supposed to be, it knows that it's wrong, and it's considered a parity error because they didn't match. Because whenever the CPU stored it as odd parity or even parity, it remembers that it stored it as a 1, it stored it as a 0. So whenever it pulls it back later on, it's going to know that it needs to be a 1 or a 0. And if it's not what it's supposed to be, that's a parity error. Parity error. If it pulls it up, see, it stored this odd parity, right? 5, and it had a 0 as the parity bit. It stored it knowing the 0 is supposed to be the parity bit. And so when it pulls it back up and it's a 1, that's a parity error. So it knows there's something wrong with that information. There's an error in the system. If it pulls it up and it says it's supposed to be a 0, the parity bit, what is it? Oh, look, it's a 0. Then you're good. Then that's what it's supposed to be. There's no error. Parity memory cannot correct the error. It just reports that the error occurred. Remember that a parity error indicates something wrong with the integrity of data stored in memory.